This seminary is a theological seminary that shifts, makes transitions, it liberates. It forces you to not just speak and be considerate of the person's spirit, but of person's situations. This is an institution that seeks to make change, that seeks to set free those who are oppressed, and who seeks to transform one by one from the inside of the institution to the outside of the institution. I tell you, if you come to the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, you will have no regrets.
Embrace the challenge.
Enjoy the journey at the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology
At Virginia Union University.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to, and we've been doing this really probably a little bit more frequently, to the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, what is affectionately known as the Dean's Conversation. I am John Eric Guns. I am the esteemed, that's right, I'm the esteemed dean. I don't know if you're supposed to call yourself esteemed, but anyway, I'm the dean of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology. Super excited about tonight. I'm going to be doing a couple of things. So if I seem like I'm distracted, I'm really not. I'm actually going to be on Facebook sharing this with other people because I really want this to get out. So those of you who are coming on, if you don't mind, would you share? Those who are current students, just let us know I'm a current student. If you're an alumni, let us know I'm an alumni. If you went to other institutions, put in the chat, hey, I went to Howard, I went to Shaw, I went to ITC, I went to Hood, I went to Payne because they are our sister institutions and we celebrate them and we honor them for the work that they've done and they're doing. And so, again, my name is John Guns. Welcome to this amazing conversation. I'm so looking forward to it. Tonight we have two incredible persons. Both of them are graduating May 10th. Graduating May 10th. One of them, Rashad, I'm just gonna let him talk. That dude has been so on fire about graduation until he's making me want to graduate again. And so thank you, Riley. I see you. I'm excited. I'm looking at my device as well, my iPad. So soon to be Dr. Ray Rowson. He's graduating next year with his D-man. Bring on our two amazing guests, and I am so excited about the both of them. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step back for 30 seconds. I'm going to let first of all our beautiful sister introduce herself, tell us where she is, who she is, where she's presently serving, and then just kind of tell us something interesting as relates to your unique journey at the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology. And then our brother's gonna come and do the same thing. So I'm gonna turn the floor over to you guys, and then we're gonna get right into our conversation.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Tanita Noble, and so I am from a very rural area. I am an associate minister at what's called Salem Baptist Church, and that's in Montrose, Virginia. So it's about an hour and 40 minutes away from Virginia Union. And so I'm also associate minister there. And so I am also with the Northern Neck Baptist Association. I'm the correspondent secretary, and then also technology. So I wear director of technology. So I wear quite several hats. I'm also a homeschool mom, and I've been homeschooling my 3 boys for the past 12 years. So with that, STVU has just been life-changing. Just amazing, life-changing. And so, Dean, you said just go over a little bit of my journey, what brought me here. Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Well, briefly, my journey with STVU, the pastor of my home church passed away, and this was in 2019. And so the pastor of my home church, he suddenly passed away. And so during that time, we had a guest revivalist, and there was Reverend Dr. Rodney D. Waller. And so he was our guest revivalist during this difficult time, and just so happens to be our revival time. And so he met with a handful of our leadership. And so one of the first pieces of advice he had given us was, get some education? Have you thought about, extra lifelong learning? Have you thought about just getting more? And so with that, he made about a quick call. And so within about a couple of minutes, he received a text. And so this was on a Thursday when we met. And so he received the text and in turn gave me the text. And so I took that information, and this was on a Thursday. By that upcoming Tuesday, I was enrolled into the Evan Smith program with STVU. And so I eagerly started that class. Life changing, never forget it. My first class was with Dr. Carla Lightfoot, and I tell you, it was so amazing. It was a leadership 6-week course, and so first class was just phenomenal. It was so amazing that I had to go back and bring somebody else with me, and so the other associate minister at my church was able to get him and one of the deacons. And so, long story short, we came back up. We loved that class. We were like sponges, and we learned that we didn't know a lot, but we learned in that class a lot. And so this was in a couple of months after, well, actually a couple of weeks after that 6-week course ended, I received a call from Reverend Anderson, and she just said, had you thought about seminary? And I was like, yeah, I had thought about seminary, but it just seemed like it was just a way out there goal. Long story short, again, within a couple of weeks, I was enrolled into seminary. And like I said, this was in 2019. And so May of 2022, I graduated from the MDiv program. And so that was in May. And then within a couple of months in August of that same year, I enrolled into the DMin. So it's just been one boom, 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 boom. And it's been nothing short of amazing. The journey, it's had its ups and downs with challenges with life, as life keeps on life, and as it's going to do with the aging parents and my 3 boys. I have 4 boys, but with life going on, there's been challenges, but STVU has been so life changing that it's just my whole thought process, my whole way of thinking. It's been amazing. So that's in short my piece there.
That's a wow. All right, my man, tell us who you are. Tell us where you presently serve, and tell us how you got to STVU.
Good evening, family. I am Rashad Khalid. I currently serve actually in 2 churches. I serve as the Minister of Congregational Care at the Sanctuary at Kingdom Square in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, under the leadership of Bishop Anthony G. Macklin, which is my church, my home church. I'm also serving as the Associate Youth Pastor of Spiritual Development and Outreach at the Lady Detroit Baptist Church in Oxon Hill, Maryland, under the leadership of Reverend Wayne K. Bumbry. I got to STVU, my best man is an alum of STVU. So many spiritual uncles are alums of STVU. And a good friend of mine, Crystal Nelson, she literally was like, Rashad, you need to come. And honestly, I did not want to go to seminary because of my own insecurities. I was really intimidated by the academy. However, I am so glad that I took the step. Of course, my journey has been very interesting since the first day of class. My seminary experience has paralleled with grief. First day of school, had a miscarriage. My wife and I, we had a miscarriage, but I still kept pressing on. Had to actually be a year ago tomorrow, where I had to undergo some surgery for cancer, but God is a healer. And even this past term, unfortunately, my wife and I, we lost our 3rd child again. We had to bury our son. But one of the things that has been a blessing is the community that STVU is. There's literally no other place to be where STVU literally, it forms a community and never competition. It's never competition, but it's always a community, and this sacred village of support, as well as scholarship and soul care. It's family to me. This has been a place where, and Dean says, I'm proud Unionite. I am a proud Unionite. But the School of Theology has just been such a blessing that I needed, especially at this time. One thing that I remember when I took a class with Dr. Kinney on constructive theology, and I was telling him, I really wish I would have came sooner, especially before the pandemic. But one thing he told me is that God knew exactly when you needed to be here. And so that is definitely the truth from there. So I'm just glad to be a part of this wonderful institution, this great family.
Wow. So people are chiming in. Please, everybody, share. Definitely want you to share. What's been, of course, this is our marketing, right? This is what we do. We selling it, right? But there gotta be some challenges, y'all. You know what I'm saying, Tanita and Rashad? There's gotta be challenges. This is not. Y'all forgive me for what I'm gonna say. This is not a Bible college, right? This is not a conservative seminary that protects your what's the word I want to use? Your religious sensibilities. It is a highly intense theological institution that stretches you. What, Tanita, has been some of the challenges for you, whether in the classroom or whatever the case may be, as you matriculated, like I, as a 2-time graduate of the San Diego Proctor School of Theology? Don't tell Rashad, but that's what he needs to do too. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. What have been some of the challenges? Oh, she's wiping her eyes, y'all.
Wiping eyes, yeah. I would say one of my main challenges is that I had to unlearn to learn. Because, sometimes you come in thinking you know something, you don't know nothing. I had to unlearn and then be comfortable with learning. And just like in all buffets, I don't know of anyone that goes to a buffet and eats everything from a buffet, but everything is needed. And so, boy, that unlearning process to know that it's okay. It's okay to not put aside what you've been raised or what you've been taught or who you are, but to know that it's going to need that and then some, because now you can go back and you're much stronger. And although you had to for a minute take off who you were to just give it a shot to learn and to open yourself up, it's almost like you've got some sponges that don't soak up anything, but then you got some sponges that once it's prepped, you can put it in a substance and it'll draw everything right out. Well, you had to almost open yourself up to put yourself to the side in which you think you thought you knew, and just learn and soak up from people that have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, got the spoon, got the magnet, and just soaking up from folks, even if it's things that you do not want to, Dr. McKenzie, I could just name them, my goodness. Even if it's things that you think, it's like, sit your butt down, get your pen and your pencil, and you soak up from these ones that know, because they know it, they've been doing it, they've been living it. And it's like, when you get past to get your feelings off your shoulder and just sit back with your pencil and pad and soak up, that made the difference, that. I would say that, but also with real life, my boys, as I said, I became so engulfed in learning that I didn't take a break, but it's just one thing, right? I got to have more. I got to learn more, because it's lifelong learning, and I'm never going to arrive. I've learned that. What's one thing STVU tells you? You've never arrived. Just because you've completed a degree, there's more to be gotten. You never stop. But with that, I was so engulfed in learning that me being a teacher to the boys, I kind of put them to the side so I can learn, because I just got so engulfed in it. So at times I lost myself to the children. So it's like now I've got some making up to do before the next degree. I've got some making up with family time. So those were some challenges because, you know, life still goes on and the kids still need to be taught. But those were, in short, some of the challenges. But my family worked well with me. So I'm grateful for that.
That's awesome. My dear brother, your thoughts.
So, you know, the one thing, and as I stated earlier, one thing that we realize, life never stops. I mean, life has not missed a day. But one of the things that was challenging is really our motto, because it literally comes into fruition where I have to embrace the challenge. And so, you know, I remember, I mean, listen, biblical studies with Dr. Kim, embrace the challenge. Embrace it. Embrace it. You know, Old Testament with Dr. Wafa Fanaka, embrace the challenge. And even the workload, and correct. You gonna earn this. This is not this just given. You literally earn this. And understanding that healthy, you know, work-life balance as well. One of the great things for me where it worked is the fact that, you know, we have these hybrid schedules. That's listen, thank God for the hybrid. And so that's what helped, but it was literally the challenge in understanding and correct. To come in knowing you don't know everything. I literally thought I knew the Bible. I thought I knew, but it was one of those things where I just had to embrace it and enjoy at the same time. And so to be exposed to voices that I have never been, I've heard some great voices, but there are voices that I've never heard of. You know, I did not know who a Dr. Patricia Goulchamp was.
Queen Mother.
Queen Mother.
Oh, listen. I when I saw first time I saw her, and listen, y'all, don't let the cane fool you.
Oh,
Stay on her own. But it's one of those things where literally assignments, late nights, you know, early mornings, and you still got to serve. One of the great things I will say, because I know, you know, for those who go, you know, Howard, all these other schools, and you know, nothing against them. But, you know, people always say, well, you know, don't go to the seminary because they teaching you, but they're not doing the work. That's completely not different here. Everybody is full-time pastoring, 20, 30, 40 years, full-time teaching, you know. And so to get that experience as well is something that, you know, I definitely embrace. And really also being empowered to learn how to find my own voice. You know, to you know, a lot of preachers, a lot of people, you know, folk tend to imitate others without understanding the theological framework. But you get to find your voice and to really know what God has really called you to do from here. So that whole challenge and embracing, that was a challenge enough.
So, wow, you two are amazing. So, if you were in a room of people on the fence about going to the Samuel Witt Proctor School of Theology, just going to seminary, period. If you, I like Janita, she's shaking her head. If you were in a room full of people, and Rashawn, you and Janita, and y'all had the mic, and y'all were given 2 minutes to give people, and I'm not boxing into 2 minutes, but you were given an opportunity to speak truth to power to people. And these are people who like, I don't know, I got other things going on in my life. You know, my church is doing this, or I'm trying to do this, or whatever. What would you say? What would be the relevant question? Okay, what would be the relevant question? And then what are the 3 points? What is the dialectic approach that you would take today? What would you say to someone, to those folk in that room? We'll start with Tanita.
Yeah, I would say, I guess my first question putting in perspective your definition of transformation, which you say transformation is a process that steers you in a new direction. If you want to up your excellence, if you want to up your effectiveness, you said, Dean Guns, that transformation is internal. And so if you're longing to up your excellence and your effectiveness, definitely transformation, STVU is what you need to do. And long story short, because in the long run, it's excellence. And it's not sugar-coated excellence. It's not a snooty, it's not an arrogant excellence. It's an excellence that not break and tear you down, but it lowers you, that you're understanding that you built back up so that you can pour into someone else so that they can be life-changing. It's not superficial, it is skin deep.
I love it.
So
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. That is so good. And again, please do not think I'm not listening. I'm just inviting everybody I can think of. I've even invited 3 people that don't even go to church no more. And I said, I figure I'd invite them. Okay, man, you in that room.
So for me,
talk to me.
For me, I would say just because you're called doesn't mean that you're formed.
Oh, you want to get deep.
The one thing the one thing that I learned from my lesson, and I have to shout out Dr. Ray McKenzie, because he literally taught this in his lecture of the 2 calls. Yes, you've been called to ministry, but then you have to ask yourself, are you called to do the ministry?
Nice.
You're only called to do the ministry until after preparation.
Nice.
And so many, intro to ministry context, ID 500. And so many are, they have this calling, they doing, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And so this is the place that will prepare you for the ministry that God is calling you. Whether it's pastoring, whether it's being a worship leader, whether it's chaplaincy, understanding pastoring is more than just preaching. You have to be prepared for whatever God is calling you to do. And this is the place, this seminary, specifically, the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology at Virginia Union University, is the place to prepare you for the next assignment. And you can come in thinking, you know what, I'm doing this. However, God can speak to you so much where he literally says, no, after all of this training that you have, this is what I'm preparing you to do. And you could not get to that level until you prepared yourself here.
Okay, so we are HBCU. There are challenges that come with being HBCU. I don't pretend as if we don't have challenges as an HBCU. Again, I'm just inviting everybody I think need to hear this incredible conversation. Why did you 2 attend an HBCU versus a PWI? Why did you decide after completing your MDiv to come back? And why did Rashawn you ride past Wesleyan, Catholic, and whatever else is out there and say Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology? Why, y'all? Why did you choose HBCU over other institutions that may have offered you more money, may have created the perception that they somehow have no issues, no challenges? I mean, we have our infrastructure challenges. We have the challenges that would make you go, but why? Why did you choose not only HBCU, but STVU? Tanita?
I would say my beginning taste, my beginning journey, I had to go with what it all started with. And so with that 6 weeks course in the Evan Smith, and then rolling over into the MDiv, it was no question, hands down. I was up for the challenge, and I liked what I saw. And so there was no other choice. I wanted to I wanted more. I wanted more, and I was just I like what I saw, I like what I heard, and yeah, I was up for the journey. So it
That's
wasn't even a question for me. Yeah, it was yeah. In doing the research, I briefly did a little bit of research, but then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's STVU. It's STVU for me.
Sean.
I love the black church too much to go somewhere else.
Man, don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. You gonna have folk mad at me. Don't talk like that. But keep talking.
I do. I love the black church so much. And the one thing about this school, we're unapologetically black. And liberation is one of the things. What made me fall in love more and more is really understanding the history of the entire institution.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That literally old Lumpkins jail, the place where, and again, I'm 2 hours away from the school. I'm quite sure some of my blood that was beaten inside that jail on that auction block was from there. And to know that this place, founded in 1865, in the holding cell, and yet we took what made us oppressed, we took what tormented us into a wonderful institution that is celebrating 160 years right now. And for 160 years, our black voices have been rising higher and higher and higher. I'm proud to be, there was no other place for me to go. So that's why I can, pass Wesley and Liberty and Regent. Because again, there's just, it's literally who we are. And it's geared towards us.
So since 1941, Samuel Whit Proctor, the School of Religion, which became the School of Theology, which became the Samuel Whit Proctor School of Theology, has existed. Thousands of men and women have come through the sacred walls and the holy space that is Samuel Whit Proctor School of Theology. Being named after Dr. Samuel Proctor, I raised this critical question to you. One of the things that, Rashawn, you took my Sam Proctor class, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You did. Now you didn't take because you were in the D-Men by the time we really kicked off that class, Sister Noble. Soon to be Dr. Noble, right? So we have 5 core values or core competencies. Come here. This is my grandbaby. Come here. This is my grandbaby. Let me hold her up. This is my grandbaby. Y'all see her?
Hey.
Yes.
Wave at the people. There's all these people out here. Wave at them. Say, hey. Nope. No waving. Okay. All right. Go. So one of the amazing things is, I started to really spend some time in prayer about the direction of the school. I'm still praying because the school's about to take a powerful, amazing direction. But the thing that was so incredible, and I want to share this, is that I settled us in on 5 core competencies: critical thinking, effective communication, advocate for social justice, transformational leader, and a public theologian. And one of the things in teaching a class, I woke up one day and discovered those 5 core competencies is the profile of Dr. Proctor. And so even as I am leading this school into a new space and a new season, and you two are now reflections of that, why is this legacy of the Samuel Whit Proctor School of Theology so important? Why is the legacy important? I think both of you begin to touch on it, but now I want to drill down a little bit more. We got a few more minutes. Why is the legacy so important? And for all of you who are presently watching, first of all, share it with other people. But if you are presently a student or you are an alum, I need you to answer the question in the thread, because I think that one of the challenges of far too many institutions today is that they're producing people that don't have a sense of accountability, not only to the institution, but to the church itself. And yes, we are unashamedly committed to the Black church at the Samuel Whit Proctor School of Theology. We are developing men and women to serve the Black church. If you end up in interracial or mixed environments, I get it, but you should never apologize for being who God created you to be and doing the things that God has uniquely created you to do. So even those of you who are watching, I want you to put into the thread yourself, why is legacy important? And your understanding of the legacy of the Samuel Whit Proctor School of Theology. And we'll start with Rashawn, and then we'll go to Nita.
So one, and I kind of touched on that earlier, of our liberation. It's rooted with liberation. The one thing about STVU, first of all, is that alumni are everywhere. There's a certain voice where you can tell that is union. I had the opportunity, and Dean, you and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, had the wonderful opportunity to preach at a different divinity school. And while leaving, one of the gentlemen who was there literally says, "You sound like Virginia Union." And that thing hit me so hard. And I didn't know I was going to embrace that so much. It's our sound. It's who we are. You know a union preacher. You know a union teacher, even if it's through the MACE program. You know that person is union by how they're talking. If all they talking is Jesus and nothing on justice, that's not union. And so our voice and understanding, your Henry Mitchells, even though I did not have class with him, he was already gone, but that spirit still lives. Miles Jones, that spirit still lives. Professors like your Ray McKenzie's, like your Dr. James Harris, who were students of Sam Proctor, their spirit still lives. John Kinney's spirit, John Eric Gunn's, his spirit will still live. And so it's that legacy, that richness.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because we're a union. It's the same voice. It's that that is something that literally takes and it hovers. That spirit hovers. You know, your boy Ken Sanders, it hovers. You know, and it's something that unless, and again, you have a great hybrid connection, but when you step foot on campus, and you feel the spirit of John Malcolm Ellison, I mean, when you step foot on campus, it literally, you embrace, you enjoy, and you trust the process. And when you get through it, you'll know, that's union. That's union.
Boy, I'm gonna hire you. Okay. Tanita, go ahead. Y'all, both of y'all are making my head hurt.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. And so, and just to add in what he say, I would, the rich legacy, in the sense of, you know, I'm very thankful because, like I said, hour and 40-minute drive. So I'm very grateful for the hybrid and the online classes. But I did have an opportunity before COVID hit to have about 3 to 4 months. And I wouldn't replace that driving because I was determined I was going to make that drive because it was something there that I had to get. But it's nothing like driving up on that ground and you walk in those rich halls, the indoors, the outdoors, there's nothing like it. And so that right there is transformative. But for Dr. Proctor, the rich legacy, and all the ones you've named, you're learning from greatness. And so in learning from that greatness, you're not learning from counterfeits. You're not learning from, and not to say, but I
Wow.
mean, it is what it is. When you learn, when something is pure, you can get an oil, or you can get a type of I'll use maple syrup. You can get a watered down maple syrup. You can just get a regular syrup, and it have hints of maple in it. But when you get the actual pure 100% maple syrup, you got yourself some maple syrup. Went to Canada a few months ago, and we got some of that pure maple syrup, and brought it back home. And when you've got the good stuff, and you're learning from the good stuff, there's something you can't shake. Life's going to keep on life, and you're going to come up against some trials and some tribulations, but it's from as you said, the Jerome Ross, the Dr. Kim, the Ray McKenzie's. When you hear, it's just certain things that resonate. I've got notes, so many notes, and it's just things that when you get hit with a jolt, you need something that you can lean back on, and it's not going to lean down, because it's counterfeit. But you're going to need that 100%. And so the legacy is so rich from them. It's like, one of the things from Proctor is that, he says that the liberation in body, mind, spirit, it engulfs the whole body. So it's not just liberating. Coming to STVU, it's not just part of the body, but the whole body, the mind, the spirit, it's everything. So you don't lose who you are. You stay true to who you are, but you're just enhancing who you are. And so, but with that, you're getting 100%ers.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't exchange that. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm
The theological ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's, if you're looking at Black minds, Black voices, Black faith, it's not just welcome, it's centered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's centered.
Mm-hmm.
And, one thing I remember with one of the assignments when it came to, Dr. Proctor, and listening to his, sermons and interviews, and, also understanding, Dr. Proctor would be the one who would not really be on the forefront. He going to be in the boardroom. He going to be the one that's going to be at the table, and so also understanding that rich history and knowing your different placing, and grateful, and just knowing the different avenues, because he read more than just the Bible. I mean, he's a smart cat. Smart cat. And so, I thank God for the theological ancestors.
So, first of all, soon to be Dr. Tanita Noble, I am going to give all of my faculty a shirt that says, "We are not counterfeits." No, that's going down. That's embraced. Let me tell you why I literally have chills listening to both of you, because Rashad, I remember that space you were in, and you fought through it. Dr. Flowers has spoken so glowingly of you, soon to be Dr. Noble, and your commitment. And for all of those who are currently students, and all of those who are alumni that are listening to this conversation, I need you to understand, none of this is scripted. None of this these are the talking points. This is coming from the soul of a man and a woman whose lives have been transformed by an experience in the academy that comes with a sense of sacredness and spiritual. The Samuel Witt Practical Theology is both sacred and spiritual. It is intellectual. It is theological. It does stretch you. Some of it sounds heretical. if you only hear it from the ear of a conservative person who's had no exposure to great minds. But once you step into the sacred space, and right now the majority of our courses are virtual. You can earn a MACE or master's degree virtually. We are returning back to residency for D-Min, but now we're offering more in-person classes because we want to give students an opportunity, and both of you can speak. I mean, I've seen Rashawn on more than one occasion in an in-person class. It makes a difference. So I'm I'm struggling tonight with this. There are so many people out there who are gifted, but they are not graced. They can do the thing, but the thing they're doing is less than the person they should be becoming. So as I am looking at our chat, I need the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology graduates, students, and alum to just post and repost this because the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, and my wife is a graduate. My wife is a 2024 graduate. Hey, baby, my wife. It has been amazing to listen to you. So let's go to the next level, and then we'll conclude. What do you do after May 10th? What will you do after May 10th? Soon to be Dr. Noble. What will you do after May 10th?
Well, I'm going to be on charge. You know, when you got the battery and you got the black, I don't know many mechanical terms, but you know, when you got those cables on, I like to use a lot of analogies. When you got those cables on and you charged up, I'm gonna go forward. My husband used the term "hit the ground running," but I want to inspire. I want to encourage, and so. You know, one of the things that I am actively in doing is with the Evan Smith. So even though I live in a very rural area, I want to, as much as I can, just offer those Evan Smith, offer what was offered to me and what was so life-changing and cultivating and developing to me. I now want to be able to offer that. And so for those that may be, you know, older, that are not able to take the drive, I want to be able to be a conduit to be able to have that and offer that in my area. So that's one of the things that I want to be helped to. That greatness that was passed on to me, I want to be able to, like a torch and a runner behind, I want to be able to hold it so that somebody else can come on with me.
That's great. My dear brother.
So I'm actually already re-enrolled after May 10th. I'm starting in the fall to actually go get my executive MBA in church management.
Where you getting it at?
At the Sidney Lewis School of Business at Virginia Union University.
Okay. Which is a pipeline.
Yeah.
So theology is a pipeline to the executive MBA. Thank you for mentioning that.
So I'm actually already been accepted. I'm excited to start that.
And it's only a year, man.
It's only a year, but it's actually helping me. You know, my capstone project is literally turned into a ministry. And so on my capstone project, I am actually, and my wife won't get me, but hey, we laugh, put the plug in now. We're actually forming our own nonprofit entitled Josiah's Heart of Hope. And so that is where we will serve those parents who have dealt with child loss. And at the same time, for the social justice part is we're actually working currently now with legislation to have legislation change, because one of the things that was hard for us is, as much when you lost this child, them folks still want their money. And, you know, as much as we say that children, you know, are alive at conception, insurance don't care. And so we're actually working with that now to see if we can have legislation change. That way, baby can at least be covered under mother's insurance from there. So that's where I'm at, and still serving. My church until the Lord calls me to pastor. But on the main thing, come May 10th, take a pause,
Yeah.
and get right into to learn some more.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, people are chiming in. First of all, both of you are amazing, and soon to be Dr. Noble, you're doing a phenomenal job with Evan Smith. I'm getting ready to amp it up for you a little bit, and your check's coming, so everything's well. Praise God, your check is coming. And Rashad, I was privileged to do you and Crystal's ordination. I mean, you blessed me to do your ordination, and it blessed me so much that you trusted your dean. I must say that both of you are considered my students. You are considered my students. You are my theological sons and daughters, and I'm so honored. And I want to thank all of you who have watched and are watching, that have chimed in. I'm going to spend more time in 25, 26 talking to students and recent graduates, because I think that your voices make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your voices tonight have made sense. So here's what I need, Ray. I need you to put up, it's now time for the invitation. Come to union. Come to, okay, I know it's terrible. It's terrible. You're watching right now. My daughter and my son-in-law are in the school right now.
Wow.
And she sent me a potential student. Well, if you're watching and you want to become a part of the community, of the legacy, and I'm looking at some of you. I've seen L. Spencer. I've seen I see Matthews. I see Wilson. I see uh, Brandon. Let me see who I see up here. I see I see McKirkland. I see Thomas. I see some of our sisters up here. I see you, and I'm grateful to God for you. I see Lumpkin. I see you, and so I am excited about the fact that Union doesn't play the gender game, male or female. You can thrive at Virginia Union. Some of the most incredible students are our sisters. So excited, so grateful. So, as is the theme for the Samuel Witt Proctor School of Theology under my leadership, it's embrace the challenge, but you need to enjoy the journey. And so you can get a religious studies degree, which is a bachelor's of arts in religious studies. You can get a master of divinity, which is typically a 3-year degree, but now people are knocking it out in 2.5 years. You can get a master of arts in Christian education, which is a 2-year degree program if you only do it as unto itself. Or if you get the master of divinity, one additional year, like some of our students are doing. You now walk away in 4 years with the Master of Divinity, Master of Arts in Christian Education. If you throw in another year, you can get the Executive MBA. But we ultimately want you to arrive at the Doctor of Ministry degree, which is a 3-year degree. I, like soon to be Dr. Noble, I did both of these. I did my Master of Divinity at Virginia Union, and I did my Doctor of Ministry degree at Virginia Union. And I am a living witness that the Doctor of Ministry degree at Virginia Union will prepare you to teach, to lead anywhere in the country. We are leading the way. So take a picture right now of this, scan it for more information, start the journey tonight. Start it. You can start in the summer. And I need to encourage all of my students to go ahead and register for the summer. You can start in the summer. But it is amazing that Dr. Marion Tapscott, one of our oldest living graduates, thank you so much, sir, for getting on tonight. I want you to know that Samuel Witt Proctor School of Theology is serious about you. So I want to say thank you to Corey Jackson. I don't know if she's still watching, but she's one of our amazing support staff. Thank you as well to my assistant, Dr. Kyle Lightfoot. Thank you to Dr. Paul D. Flowers. And thank you to Sister Yvette Gould, who work in our office, to all of our faculty. Dr. Gould Champ, I'm doing what you should never do, call names. Thank you to every faculty member whose names are called. And for me, to the both of you, I sat with Dr. Proctor. I took Dean Kinney when he was in his prime. I studied under Miles Jones. And I took a preaching class under Dr. Henry Mitchell, Dr. Gloria Taylor, Dr. A.B. James, Dr. Ralph Reeves, Dr. Nathan Dale. I can run the roll. Dr. Jerome Ross, Dr. Boykin Sanders. I can run the roll. And now we have the Dr. James Harrises, and we have the Dr. Nathaniel Wesses, and we have Dr. Denise Jansen. We have all of these amazing men and women who have given themselves to this work, and they care deeply about our students. These two are living examples. When Rashawn went through the loss of the child, the faculty worked with him to get him through the process and didn't punish him for life, right? Sunita Noble has these 3 boys, but has gone through her own life's journey. And you can pick up the phone at Virginia Union and call a professor, and they'll get it to me. And we'll protect you. And we'll love on you. And we'll get you to success. And success ain't big churches and 10 million views.
That's right.
Success is faithfulness to God.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, what we push is faithfulness to God.
That's right.
Be accountable. And so as the Dean of Samuel Witt Proctor School of Theology, I proudly look forward to May 10th when you walk across that stage and I hand you that degree cover and I say to you, well done. You make me proud. And I love you both.
Bless
You're
you.
amazing. And to all of you who have watched us tonight, thank you. Please share this. Please share this. Get the word out. Help us recruit. This is our highest number of students registered in one semester since the glory days of Dr. John W. Kinney. I claim him as my predecessor. And so thank you all. I love you guys so much. Ray, if you don't mind, put it up again so that people can see it. And I'm probably going to try to do another Dean's conversation before graduation. So if you're interested in jumping on with me, let me know. I would love to be able to talk to some of our soon-to-be graduates and encourage you. But also, if you want the greatest experience ever theologically, Samuel Witt Proctor School of Theology is here for you. Ray, you can take it down. Thank you both.
18 days. I see you in 18 days.
You will see me. You shall see if thou me.
Yes, Lord.
At the School of Theology, but I thought I used King James language. You will see if thou me. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna cry together, we're gonna dance together, we're gonna party together. But most importantly, we're gonna celebrate your amazing journeys together. You're 2 incredible people. You make Union proud. And you make us look real good. Be blessed, everybody. I am the Dean, and I approve this message. Take care, and we'll see you soon.